49ers Rush Podcast. And here's your host, John Chapman.
All right, welcome to another episode of the 49ers Rush Podcast. I'm so excited to be here with you guys today, and man, this is episode number 264. So if you guys have not joined us before, I just want to say thank you. And what we're going to do is we're going to be continuing, as we're into the dead period now for the NFL offseason. These are the dark days. Usually, we have mini camp and, rookie workouts and things like that we can focus on a little bit. But all that is out the way with today's, just the way the country is going right now. Really the world in general. So what we're going to do, we're going to take advantage of this time. And instead of just rushing through everything, we are going to give a very select number of undrafted free agents this year. We're going to give each one of them their due diligence. If you missed last week, please go back and listen to that episode. Jonas Griffith, undrafted free agent linebacker, joined us. It was a lot of fun to talk with him, just go through his story and his film. So that's available for you. But today what we're going to do is we're going to jump to the other side of the ball. And I'm going to be honest. I'm biased, okay? This is my favorite undrafted free agent the 49ers got, okay? And that is running back JaMycal Hastings from Baylor. JaMycal Hastings, sorry. Really excited about this kid, and once we watch this film, I think you're going to see why. One, there's such a long history of undrafted free agent success at the running back position with Kyle Shanahan. And so, and again, if you look across the depth of the roster for the 49ers currently, running back's probably one of the spots where a guy could make it. You know, if Jerick McKinnon, let's say hypothetically, isn't ready to go, there's a spot. Now, you don't want to always have four guys active at the running back position, but there is definitely a pathway for success for the running back position. We'll talk about Salvon Ahmed, but today we're just going to focus on JaMycal Hastings. We're going to go through his background, some quotes, some stats, some film I'm going to show you guys as well. But for my amazing people, my amazing countdown crew, as I see you guys that joined us. Can't say thank you enough for all the support. Love it, man. Mark, real San Francisco 49ers fan. Ara, Justin, I love it. This is awesome. Mike, I see you on there. Again, the countdown crew will detail a little bit at the end of the episode, but here is our first countdown crew giveaway, and I think you guys are going to enjoy this. Here we go. We have reached a partnership with a great agency, okay? These guys they're nuts. And I'm playing the video for you now, and if you're not watching on YouTube, that's okay. I'm putting the link is in the video or podcast, wherever you listen to this. It's available for you. They do some of the coolest artwork that is out there, okay? They basically create cartoons / comic book character outlines of football players. And our very first giveaway, as you can see as this goes on, is from Aether Art. And Richard Miller reached out to us, and we've been working together. And so here's what you got to do. It's simple. You've already done most of it. We count out how many people get the countdown crew in. So during the countdown, if you comment wherever you listen to this, whether that's HotMic, whether that's YouTube or if that's on Periscope, those are the places to do that. You just hashtag CC and you join us when we start the show. And we keep a tally. And at the end of the month, we're going to pick one of the top people. And you're going to get this drawing. I'm going to send it to you. It's absolutely amazing. You're going to see him create this in kind of fast forward whatever time. So you can already tell who this is. This is our first round pick, Javon Kinlaw. And it's pretty impressive what they do. So go follow their YouTube channel. It's Aether Art, AETHER Art. And again, it is in the description. So that's it. Comment CC for Countdown Crew when shows start, and then go follow that. That's it. That's all you got to do. Super easy. These drawings and colorings you're going to see whenever they come out. They are beyond impressive. I'm going to announce the winner towards the end of this month, and we're going to have a couple more drawings and artwork from them to give to you guys. And again, all you got to do, hashtag CC, and then go follow their YouTube channel. So let's jump in as this drawing and all this stuff's going on. You can watch that there. Let's talk about JaMycal Hastings. Who is this kid? First off, he's an East Texas kid. Longview Lobos and their storied program out in East Texas. Very, very good. It's interesting. The 49ers like players from certain schools, and Baylor's one of them. South Carolina, Stanford, Washington. You look at those schools, they keep going back to the well with John Lynch and Kyle Shanahan. And a big reason why that is because they can trust their coaches. Whenever, there's some rumors out there. For example, Nick Saban and Alabama. Yeah, they get top-tier talent. But whenever they reached out to Nick Saban and asked him about Reuben Foster and some of those things, they felt like they were misled. They were lied to. With Will Muschamp of South Carolina, it's the exact opposite. And that's why we're seeing this repeated behavior of John Lynch and Kyle Shanahan targeting players from certain schools because they trust the coaching staff. So when they ask them, hey, what's up with this kid, they know what they're getting. And with JaMycal Hasty, you know exactly what you're getting. He's a small guy. He's tiny. 5'8", 205. He's very, very short. And once we get into his highlights, I started it off with him dunking in high school. The kid's explosive. So he's a tiny little scat back. Doesn't have great top-end speed, but he has amazing short area burst and acceleration. One of the best in the NFL already, just from a metric standpoint. We'll get into those numbers. But with this kid, what you get is he just wants to run tough. And he might be in a small body, but don't tell him that because he runs with an attitude. Whenever Coach Rule went to Baylor, who's now the head coach of the Carolina Panthers, whenever he went there, Hasty was the first one to beg him to start to run the I formation. And back-to-back years, Baylor, Temple, a couple other programs do this as well, where the players vote on the toughest people on the team. Well, guess what? 2 years in a row, Hasty, this little 5'8" football player, got voted as the top 10 toughest player on the team, and they get to wear the single digits. So 2 years in a row, he was able to do that. He was voted number 6. The 6th toughest player on the team is a 5'8" running back, which just doesn't really make sense, but it's a testament to he's a locker room guy. And, I have a source with the Baylor football program, and, I asked him, whenever we drafted Jalen Hurd, I reached out to him and said, hey, man, give me the scoop on this Hastings kid. I like him a lot. And he goes, how much time you got? Like, usually, whenever you're doing something like that, it's back and forth text, whatever. We called and talked. And he couldn't go on and on and on about what this kid was and what he represented. Tough as hell. And 5'8", but it didn't matter because he was one of those guys, he wanted to run through people. And he just was always tough. He was, one of their MVPs, and he played so many games. The dude he played 45 career games at Baylor. He redshirted and then had his 4 years, averaged 3.8 yards after contact, and 419 total yards just in 2019 after contact, forced 22 missed tackles. So you're getting a guy that's an all-around athlete. Played basketball in high school, again, was dunking as a junior at 5'8", track guy. He ran a 10.5 100-meter dash, so he has speed, but as he's added weight to play at the college level, he's definitely lost some of that top-tier speed. 10.5 is a hell of a time, and he's also a 40-foot triple jumper. I used to coach jumps, so that's always an explosion and just leaping ability. And whenever you see the film of this guy, which we're going to get to, what you see is he's on the all-quad team. So think Nick Bosa, right? Whatever, you're seeing him at the combine, and he's just got those bowling pin thighs. This guy, he's going to be on there. Super squatted down, shrunk down, MJD legs, and it shows because you look at the metrics, 39-inch vertical, which is top 90% in the NFL. And again, short area quickness, scat back. You want highlights? This kid's got them. Because he makes people miss inside a phone booth. He had the best the 20-yard shuttle, or the short shuttle as it's called sometime. He makes people miss so often. He had a 4.03 short shuttle, which is 95% better than all other NFL running backs currently in the NFL. So this is a guy that can do some awesome stuff. Now, he had a lot of stuff going on last year. I had some family stuff in the background. My source told me, and here's the deal. All right. He gets injured in the OU Baylor game. And if you remember, this was for the Big 12 championship and all that stuff and all whatever. Baylor probably wins if he doesn't get injured. That's how important he is. but he's one of those guys that's going to do whatever he can to be with his team. So he's on IR. He's got a lot of family emergency stuff, some big-time stuff that couldn't get into. But anyway, he still made time, despite horrible stuff going on at home, to drive from East Texas to Houston on his own dime by himself to be with his team during the bowl game, even though he was excused. But he wanted to be there to support his teammates, even though he couldn't play. Now, his injury and all that stuff's healed, lower leg stuff, whatever. So he is fine. Graduated in 2018 with a degree in health and kinesiology and a 2-time all-academic Big 12 member. So this is a smart kid that works really, really hard, graduated early, and it shows on and off the field, just super tough, great teammate. And my favorite thing about him is this. You pop in the game tape of JaMycal Hastings, and you watch it, and you say, he's good, but man, first quarter, you're always kind of just like, all right, I don't know, I guess I see it. He's got some traits. Fourth quarter, holy cow, okay? Fourth quarter, this kid's the definition of clutch. When the game's on the line, when they're playing top-tier opponents, when they're playing Georgia, where they're playing OU, they're playing Texas, they're playing whomever, when it's a big game, he shows up. Definition clutch factor. The guy just has whatever that is. So, again, first quarter, just the whole time I'm just like, I don't know. Fourth quarter every game, wow. Game on the line, it's going to him. There's no question, and he's going to deliver. And he's a great pass-catching guy. Very, very good at that. Now, this video is going to continue. And again, if you want to see the rest of the video creating the Javon Kinlaw drawing, here's the finished product. I freaking love this thing right here. Check that out. This is awesome. You see the signature at the bottom. Anyway, so if you want that bad boy, you know what you got to do. It's awesome. I'll send it out to you, to the winner. We'll announce that here in a couple of weeks. So really excited to have them on board, and they've got a bunch of stuff. He's got a Jimmy G one over there as well. We're giving away the Kinlaw one, but that's a way that you can get that. So what we're going to do is we're going to have a real quick word from our sponsors. Then we're going to jump into the game film itself for JaMycal Hastings, so we'll be right back. All right, guys, here's the deal. If you're looking to last longer, go a few extra rounds, here's what you need to do. Go to BlueChew.com. BlueChew.com has the first ever chewable that brings your performance into the bedroom to another level. So they've got the same active ingredient as Viagra and Cialis, so you know that they work, and since they're chewables, they work faster. So you can take them anytime, day or night, even on a full stomach. They work faster. They're chewable. What is not to like? And here's the deal. You don't have to have any awkward interaction with anybody. They have an online physician, and so what you do is you just answer a couple questions. They're going to help you pair up with what works best for you, and here's the deal. They're going to ship it straight to your door in a very discreet package, so you don't have to even let people inside your house know that you're using it. If you're worried about that, who checks mail, doesn't matter, because, again, very discreet packaging. You don't have to worry about any type of embarrassment or any of those things, so here's what you've got to do. Head over to BlueChew.com, and you're going to get your first order for free whenever you use our promo code BLUEWIRE. Again, one word, blue like the color wire. It's $5 shipping for your first order to make sure it works, that you like it. After that, you're going to be taken care of. So again, BlueChew.com, just want to say thank you to them for their support of the podcast. Head over there and use the promo code BLUEWIRE. All right. Thank you for the support there. So let's do this. Let's jump into some film. And again, I got this running on a loop, so you'll see a couple other plays, but you're going to see two different games. The first of which is the greatest game he ever had, and that was against Oklahoma State. Dude was nuts. And the play you're seeing here, here's the thing that stands out to me most about JaMycal Hastings and why I think Kyle Shanahan went to get him. I think he's the best pass-catching running back outside of Jerick McKinnon on the roster day one. I think he brings an element that is a little bit different, because if we look at the running back depth chart that the 49ers currently have, okay, I don't think anybody disagrees. It's Raheem Mostert, then everybody else. Raheem Mostert's on his own. Now, Kyle Shanahan loves Tevin Coleman so much, whatever. He's kind of the do-it-all. He can run it tough in the middle, he can do the outside stretch, and he can pass catch fairly well. Jerick McKinnon is who Kyle Shanahan wants, though. That's the guy he wants. If you just look at the money, you look at the dollars and cents, you look at the patience that they've had with back-to-back season injuries, the same injury, Kyle Shanahan's still giving him a chance. So what the depth chart again, it's Raheem Mostert, Jerick McKinnon, and Tevin Coleman. Those are the three guys. Now, absolutely love the big running back, Jeff Wilson Jr., who doesn't fit what Kyle Shanahan wants. He just delivers. The fumbling issues his first year, well documented, didn't have any issues in 2019 and delivered some key games, including the game-winning reception against the Cardinals, which was huge. Just huge touchdown guy. But Kyle Shanahan loves to throw to wide receivers in space. He struggles with that a little bit with the guys that he has because he prioritized speed and one-cut runners, and he got those. And that's what Raheem Mostert is. But if you're looking for a little bit more of a shifty pass-catching / special teams guy, that's JaMycal Hasty. And you're seeing a couple plays here where he gets put in on pass plays. Again, my source said, if we were playing a blitz-heavy team, we knew JaMycal's snaps were going to be off the charts. Because anytime it's a blitz-heavy team, they're putting him in the formation there. They're going to put him in there, and he's going to get a lot of playing time because they could trust him. Because he's just a little bulldog. The other running back they had was like 6'1", 6'2", but whenever it came to pass protection sections, Hastings was the one that was in there. And again, not a super fast guy. His top end speed is lacking. There's no doubt about that, okay? You look at his 40, he ran a 4.55. Now, it's not bad. It's exactly right in the middle of NFL running backs. He's in the 54th percentile 40-yard dash. But, and Kyle Shanahan even mentioned this number whenever he was asked about him. His top end speed isn't much, which Kyle Shanahan does value very much. We have so many 4.3 and 4.4 guys. But his 10-yard split, 1.53. Now, what the hell does that mean? Okay, we don't monitor and keep track of these. That's top 93% in the entire NFL at the running back position. So this is a guy that can get those first 10 yards, and then after that, he doesn't win with speed. He wins with shiftiness. You're going to see several plays in here as it's starting over, the video compilation that I put together. He wins with shiftiness in space. And whenever you throw him the ball, which he is a very good receiver, and you see the route adjustment that he does, he has football IQ off the charts. And the kid just delivers. He really, really does. 123-inch broad jump. That's best for 80% in the NFL. The guy's got it. Now, concerns, top end speed. He had 6 fumbles in his career. Now, he's ran the ball a lot. So for his career, he almost has 400 carries. 386 carries for just under 2,000 yards. 1,998 yards for Hasty. Now, the thing is this. Baylor has always done a running back by committee. So even though he got a lot of work his freshman year, he continued to get a lot of work. He played in 45 games, as I said, but he was never the bell cow guy. He's not going to be that in the NFL either. He serves a role. Pass catching, blitzing, special teams. That's what he does. And super shifty. So he fits what they want to do, but he provides something that the stable of backs that they have now do not offer. Pro Football Focus had this kid as the number 10 ranked running back in the entire draft class. So just to kind of give you a little bit of, what we're looking for here, the metrics community and the ones that value consistency and things like that, they love this kid. He's tough as hell, and he's got a spot. Now, some comparisons. Let's look at some player comparisons because there's not a lot of 5'8" running backs in the NFL. You're talking worst case, he's going to be kind of a third down scat back that could step in there in pass catching situations. Guys like Justin Forsett, Donald Brown, Ryan Williams, Quentin Griffin, those are the ones that come to mind, but he's got more shake than they do. So the comparisons, whenever you look at the metrics and all those things, it's kind of rough. Now, if you like jump cuts, you're going to love this guy because he can hop on a dime with ease. And that's kind of what he does. Short, squatty, strong legs. Very patient and confident in the receiving game. Again, I think that he would be the best pass-catching running back we have outside of Jerick McKinnon day one if he makes the roster. But if he does make the roster, he's going to need help. One, Jerick McKinnon or Tevin Coleman are going to have to be gone. If we keep our 4 guys, okay, he's not making the roster. He'll be cut and then try to stash him on the practice squad, which, let's be honest, Kyle Shanahan loves a practice squad more than any other coach in the NFL. He wants his guys that know his system. So, whether it's Salvon Ahmed or it's JaMycal Hasty, one of those two guys is sticking around. He's going to be on the 49ers. It'd be a practice squad position unless injuries take place or a trade or something that we don't see right now. And again, you're seeing the play right here. It's the third overtime. Baylor's down 3. They run just a zone read right up the middle to JaMycal Hasty from like the 4-yard line. He gets in, and it's a walk-off touchdown against Texas Tech. When the game is on the line, this kid's got it. It's what he got. Great in pass pro, as I said. Just absolutely really, really fun kid. Oops, sorry about that. And I just think that there's a lot to this kid's game. And I think the 49ers fans, we always have to fall in love with one undrafted free agent. I'm stuck already. I want to be honest with you. This is my guy. So just get used to it. JaMycal Hasty, I'm putting the Chapman stamp on there. I'm barking up this guy's tree, whatever you want to say. I'm staying with it. So hopefully you enjoyed the film breakdown. What we're going to do now, we're going to say a quick thank you from our other sponsor. Then we're going to get into some questions. So regardless of where you're listening to, just tag me, put @John, throw your question in there, and we're going to jump into that now. So be right back from a quick word from our sponsors. I just want to give a real quick shout out to our sponsor. I love this. BetOnline.ag. These guys are awesome. They have supported the podcast and all of Blue Wire podcasts for a while now. They are a great company. And here's the deal. With currently no NBA, NHL, MLB, football, whatever, there's no sports. We get it. But here's the deal. You can still go out and bet. Our exclusive partner, BetOnline.ag, still has hundreds of events, games, props to wager on. From their online casinos to poker, blackjack, they're bringing Vegas to you. Now, if you're missing the NFL, no problem. They have live daily, every single day, Madden NFL 20 simulations that you can bet on. So you can still bet on TV shows like Survivor, Big Brother, American Idol, all those things, stock prices, religion, whatever. It doesn't matter. You can bet on everything. BetOnline.ag. It's open 24 hours a day, and it's all online. So head over there. Here's the deal. Use the promo code BLUEWIRE, one word, BLUEWIRE, to join today. Receive your new welcome bonus. BetOnline.ag, your online wagering solution. Head over there. Sign up now. All right. Welcome back, and let's jump into some questions and comments that are happening on the thread. Just want to say thank you for everybody that's joining us. Hit that like button and hit the subscribe button if you haven't already. But, man, Peter, I just want to say thank you. He is counting down. If the NFL season starts according to time, we have 17 Sundays left. And, oh, dear Lord. When you say it like that, it hurts a little bit. But, hey, we're not going anywhere. The 49ers, literally, nobody's going anywhere in the state of California. But we are going to continue bringing you more and more content. I'm working on another play-by-play breakdown of Brandon Ayuk that I'm going to be loading on Patreon later this week. So for those of you that are there, just want to say thank you. That is coming your way. And man, if you've enjoyed The Last Dance and what ESPN did with the Jordan docuseries and all those things, great stuff. It's helped a lot. If you haven't watched it, go watch that. But what we need to do now is, as football fans, you dive into film. The roster's set. We got our 90. Okay, who's going to make it out of that? We're not sure, but dive into film. And that's what I'm trying to do, is just kind of develop my depth chart and understanding of everybody that's on the roster, because we got 90, we got a lot of new guys, and I'm just going to keep processing through that. So stay with us. If you haven't, if you're new to this, stay with us. We got a lot of content coming your way. The Real San Fran 49er. He says, Salvon Ahmed is way better than JaMycal Hasty. And you're right. In certain areas, 100% better. If you want another Raheem Mostert or Jerick McKinnon or Matt Breida, that style running back, it's Salvon Ahmed. He was one of the few people that the 49ers actually brought in that they had interviews with and contacts with, and he fits. You're right. Salvon Ahmed fits what Kyle Shanahan usually prefers at the running back position. Now, the question is, does he double down or triple down for a running back that does the same things, or does he go outside of the fold and bring somebody in that's a little bit different? And so I think a big reason, one, why I like Hasty so much over Ahmed, and I like Ahmed a lot, actually. I had a 5th-round grade on him, so I was pretty high on him. But one reason why I like him is because I think he just brings some things that the 49ers don't have. And so we'll have to see what happens there. Health is a big concern at the running back position. If you just go back, was it 2 years ago, we had freaking Alfred Morris off the street starting week 1. It's a good problem to have, bringing in so much depth at the running back position, and hopefully, we don't have to use these undrafted free agents, but you want to be prepared. And the things that we know is Kyle Shanahan loves drafting wide receivers and undrafted running backs. Those are his 2 favorite things in the world. So one of these guys is going to get a shot. Justin Stevens, thanks for following. I'm so excited about Kinlaw, and rightfully so. Kinlaw's ceiling, as you keep going back through film and watching and seeing how it's going to fit, it's pretty damn exciting. And his ceiling is stupid high. And I said this before the 49ers drafted him. Kinlaw is a top 10 talent, but usually whenever you talk about those super high ceiling players, they have a super low floor as well. An amazing piece was put out by Matt Barrows of The Athletic, where John Lynch called and talked to his junior college head coach for almost an hour. And so they detailed that conversation and broke it down. And they go through Javon Kinlaw because he wasn't going to graduate on time from high school. So Will Muschamp of South Carolina told Kinlaw, look, man, you need to go get your GED at one of these transition junior college and then spend a year down there, take their classes, play for them, and then come join us. And so Kinlaw, he chose to go do that, and they almost kicked him off the team because he just wasn't cutting it. He was making excuses, he was skipping classes, all those things. And then finally, a family invested their time in Kinlaw as a person and not as a family, kind of took him into their wings. Awesome article. Please go read it. And from that point on, Kinlaw has not been the same human being. And so you're pulling for him. I love this kid. I love him. As I call him a kid. He's twice my size and could kill me. But the idea is this. He's got a daughter now. You hope he's past the curve. And, I'm rooting for him. And I think we all are, especially as 49ers fans. But as humans, the world's a better place if Javon Kinlaw continues to be successful. And whether that's the football field or somewhere else, that's another issue. But this kid's got a lot of baggage. And the positive situation that the 49ers locker room is and has been and will continue to be with people like Richard Sherman and Mike McGlinchey and George Kittle, it goes on and on and on. This is a good place for him. And hopefully it's a mutually beneficial system to where they all thrive together. And Eric Armstead, who's one of the best human beings in the world off the field, could maybe take him under his wing and deal with these issues that he's got to go through, because it's not going to be easy. But I'm excited about Kinlaw too. But it's one of those things where a little scary from a standpoint of things could go bad. I'm very, very glad that he came here and not to like a Matt Patricia coach or something like that, or Adam Gase that's just going to berate their players and social media and all that stuff. So he's in a positive environment. That's great. Hopefully it pays dividends. Anyway, yeah. And again, I'm seeing your comment again, real San Fran 49er, that Hasty just doesn't match what we do on offense. I get it. Neither does Jeff Wilson, and he found a way. He doesn't fit. He really, really doesn't. But he found a way. And so we'll have to see what happens. I like the complementary force in what's going to be the 3rd or 4th running back on the team. I really like that. David Yang, Jet is boom or bust right now. Don't trust his knees. Yeah, and I love that, David. They restructured Jerick McKinnon's deal, and now the loss is in the past. You've paid bazillions of dollars to this guy for no production, no fault of his own. He got injured, whatever. It happens, especially at the running back position. But now, if it doesn't work out, it's kind of third strike, you're out. Because the 49ers can walk away from him. He's on a vet minimum deal now, guaranteed money-wise. So if that happens, you've got these 2 running backs, Salvon Ahmed and JaMycal Hasty, competing for that spot. And so you're not dependent upon Jet to pan out. With Breida gone, that hurts a lot, but whatever. It's what it is. Mark, he asked this. who are your 4 running backs that you are keeping and why? So if everybody's healthy and they all make it through training camp, the order for me, it goes like this. Raheem Mostert's in a tier by himself. Then I'm going Jet. Then I'm going Tevin Coleman. I hate to say that, but I still put Tevin Coleman, even though I want him gone, over Jeff Wilson. So those are my 4. And it's going to take a speed bump, an injury, something for one of these 2 undrafted free agents to kind of catapult or jump up past those guys. Because I doubt, the roster limits week to week have increased from 53 to 55. So you get to keep 2 extra guys on top of what the 49ers and the NFL has been doing. But the caveat is one of those has to be an offensive lineman. And if you look at the Super Bowl, the 49ers, the healthy scratch Dante Pettis to bring Jeff Wilson up because they wanted Matt Breida to contribute on special teams, but not to get the ball at all. So they don't mind having 4 running backs and Juice, the fullback. So technically 5 backs active on game day. Kyle Shanahan wants his guys, and he's scared of depth, and he loves to rotate. So, we saw, Jeff Wilson, he's activated. He doesn't get 1 snap until there's 30 seconds left of the game, and you put him in on the most crucial play of the game, and he scores a touchdown at the very end. So, he wants people he can trust, and I think that he has that. I really, really do. From Mike, how much does Bosa benefit from going up against Williams in practice? You talk about a learning curve through your first 2 years in the NFL. You get to go up against Joe Staley your rookie year, day in and day out, and Mike McGlinchey. And again, it's been well documented. Joe Staley and Nick Bosa after practice would meet up, compare practice notes on what worked, what didn't work. Let's try this, all these different things. Now you get to go up against a whole nother beast, the silverback himself, Trent Williams. NFL games are going to be easier for Nick Bosa because of what he's been through in practice. Practice is harder for Bosa than games because you're not going up against people like this every day in the games. And if you look at the 49ers schedule, and I don't have it pulled up right in front of me right now, they've got 4 young offensive tackles, left tackles, in the first 5 weeks. So you go from playing against Joe Staley, one of the most seasoned vets in NFL history, Trent Williams, one of the most hyper-athletic, linked, powerful left tackles in recent NFL decades, and now you're getting to go up against rookies. Now, I'm not saying he's going to fly out of the gate, but I guarantee you this. Nick Bosa going to have some success early on. That is happening. Anyway. I think that's going to do it for us today. Again, just want to say, man, if you want to win this amazing Javon Kinlaw color drawing, I freaking love this thing. It's awesome. Here's what you got to do. It's the Countdown Crew. Go follow him on his YouTube channel. That's Aether Art. Again, it's in the description. But if you want to be a part of the Countdown Crew, we're starting giveaways every single month, and this is our first one here. And here is where you can get it. Sorry about that. Definitely hit the wrong button. All right, guys, just want to remind you of the Countdown Crew. I am trying to find creative ways to give things away to the loyal listeners that show up, episode in, episode out, doesn't matter when it is. So here's the deal, guys. If you haven't participated in this before, here's what you do. When the countdown starts, okay, whether this is on YouTube, HotMic, Periscope, wherever, when the countdown is up, that first 30 seconds before the podcast starts, I need you to start lighting up those comments, okay? And what's going to happen at the end of every month, I'm going to keep track. Whoever gets the most and all those things, I'm going to pick 1 or 2 people. I'm going to be giving away T-shirts, 49ers Rush gear, stickers, perhaps even let you jump on the pod, tell people your story, how you became a 49ers fan, something along those lines. But the Countdown Crew is huge. So again, for our live listeners, make sure you hit subscribe and that notification bell wherever it is you listen. And again, that first 30 seconds, that's the countdown crew. I need you guys in there. I need you to bring in energy because I feed off that. And I think usually whenever we have shows with a lot of people on early, those are always my favorite podcasts to do. So I need your help. The countdown crew, again, get some free stuff. And I'm going to be sending that out to you. For those of you that do listen traditional podcast ways, I understand you don't have a way to do that. But I'm going to try to find some new creative ways to get you guys active in that as well. And again, I got a lot of stuff I got to give away. So help us out there. That is the countdown crew. Hopefully you enjoyed today's episode. Thank you guys so much.